Hello dear students, let's continue with simplification of CFG in which we will learn step 2, removing unit productions. Now in the previous videos we saw step 1 of simplification in which we saw how to remove epsilon productions. This is already done. Now what is step 2 in simplification is that we remove unit productions, if any, of course. If there are unit productions, we remove them. Now any production of this form, you see, non-terminal determines or derives non-terminal. A single non-terminal derives a single non-terminal. That is, on the right hand side of production, you have only one non-terminal, is called unit production. Any such production is called unit production. Just consider the grammar given. Check the first rule or first production. This is not unit production because on the right side of the production you have two terminals and two non-terminals, whereas the second production is a unit production because capital A derives capital C, where these two are non-terminals. Check, third production is also not a unit production because capital B derives small c and capital B. So it's not that a non-terminal is deriving only a non-terminal. Also see the other production, B derives small c. Now this is also not unit production. Please try to understand, capital B is deriving small c. So here non-terminal is deriving a terminal. The C is a terminal. So this is not a unit production. But A derives C in the given grammar is a unit production because A is a non-terminal and C is also a non-terminal. Similarly, in the fourth production, we don't have any unit production. So how do you remove this unit production? The method is very easy. What we do is, whatever productions are not unit productions, we write simply as they are because we want these productions to be preserved as they are. We want to remove unit production, isn't it? Now the second production, you see, A derives C is a unit production. So we keep the left hand side as it is and we don't want the right hand side to be a non-terminal, single non-terminal. So we just ask, okay, I want to remove this C from the right side, but then what can I replace C with? Just observe, in the given grammar, C derives DC or DC, capital C, DC or E. Just check this fourth rule. Isn't C deriving these two things? C can derive either small d followed by capital C or C can derive small e. Then we simply replace the value of C at the right hand side because the right hand side was C and C anyway derives DC or E. Just check, now this second production is not a unit production because non-terminal A is not deriving a single non-terminal. The third production is not a unit production, so we will preserve it as it is. Okay. And fourth production is also not a unit production. We will preserve everything that is not a unit production as it is. Now what's the use of this? How is this right hand side grammar? How is this grammar simplified grammar? How is this simplified? What happens if we remove the unit productions? Let's see. Let's go for a derivation. For the left hand side, this grammar, let's start our derivation with start symbol and say that A gives A, B, B. Now what can you replace A with? This is a non-terminal. Note, A can be replaced with capital C. So in the next step, there is only one option, isn't it? A is replaced with capital C. Now what can you replace C with? In the next step, you see this, that C can either be replaced with DC or E. Let's replace C with E. And what we are left out is B followed by capital B. In the next step, this non-terminal B can be either replaced with CB or C. Let's replace this B with C. So you will get A, E, B, C. So this is the string, one of the strings, of course. If we follow these steps, this is one of the string that can be derived from the start symbol. So how many steps we took? 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to derive A, E, B, C string. Now using this simplified grammar, if we try to derive the same string, this string required 4 steps. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 steps to derive this A, E, B, C. Now imagine that we use the right hand side, which is simplified grammar. Then we start derivation from start symbol, and start symbol can give us AABB. Now in the next step, we can replace A, just check, A with either DC or E. What happened in the previous grammar? We replaced A with C, and then C was replaced with E. Now here A can be directly replaced with E. That's one of the options. You can see A gives E. And then what we are left out with? B and capital B. In the next step, this B can be either replaced with CB or small c. And we will replace B with small c. So we will get AEBC. Now we did this in 3 steps. That means the derivation of the string using simplified grammar can be done using lesser steps as compared to the previous grammar given. Let's understand one more example. Just some arbitrary grammar I am writing. Let's say S gives A gives B, okay, and B gives, let's say, D, B, or B. Now you just check, we have these productions where the first production itself is unit production. The second production is also unit production, but the third one isn't. So what can be the steps that we can carry on? If you see that A derives B and we know the value of B, B always derives either BB or B. So we can keep S derives capital A as it is, and A derives, note on the right hand side we have B here, single non-terminal, but this non-terminal can be replaced with B followed by capital B or B, and the third production will be kept as it is because it was not a unit production. Now observe, this production is a unit production. S derives capital A, but A may either give BB or B. So now we can replace this with S derives. What is this capital A? What is this capital A? A can give BB or B. So we will replace this with B capital B or B. Now what follows is A derives BB, this production which we had already written, and B derives BB or B. We are saying that this is the simplified grammar. Why? Why this is simplified? Because this does not have this does not have epsilon production. Note, there are no epsilon productions and unit productions. Even unit productions are removed. So it's very easy to remove unit production. Now in the same video, I will tell you step 3. Step 3. Just in short, I'll tell. In detail, we will see step 3 of simplification. But step 3 is removing useless symbols from the grammar. By useless symbol, the symbol means non-terminal. We can't remove terminals from the grammar, but capital letters, some non-terminals, are really useless. Now what we call by useless. By the way, just remember, to simplify a grammar, step 1 is remove epsilon production. Step 2 is, after removing epsilon production, step 2 is remove unit production. And now step 3 is removing useless symbols. Now observe this simplified grammar. Observe this. Just check, A is useless here. Why? Is because if derivation starts, it always starts from start symbol, and this start symbol may give BB. If it gives B, note, we will use this production. B gives BB or B. Just check this. This production we will use. And in the derivation, we never get A. This non-terminal will be never there, because from the start symbol, capital A is never reachable. From the start symbol, you can only get capital B, and then you will keep using this production. That means this A is absolutely not reachable. So we come to a conclusion that A, which is non-terminal, is useless. So what do you do with useless non-terminals? You simply remove this non-terminal. By removing, what we mean is that whatever it derives, the production itself is simply removed, because anyway we are not going to use this production. Come on, this production is not going to be reached at all in our derivation, and now there are only two productions remaining in the simplified grammar, and this is the simplified grammar after applying step 3. Don't worry, we will see this step 3 in detail in the next video, how to remove useless symbols. There is more about this, but just thought, because we were learning this exercise and it was so easily visible that A is useless. So I thought of telling you, but this video was about removing unit productions. Okay, thank you very much.